Hey guys, welcome back to brightnighttech. My name is Berto and today we are working on part 1 of my 3D printed Batman Beyond helmet. Now I am super excited to work on this. I've been wanting to do this one for a very long time. This file comes from Do3d. I was very lucky to get this when they were giving it away, but you can find it yourself for $29 on their site. It is multiple pieces, but we'll see how we end up doing it. Okay, here are all the pieces. So there's the main part. I still have all the supports there. Here are the ears, and some of the supports failed, but that's okay because all of it came out right. And we have this, and of course, you guys love to hear the supports coming off, so here you go. Alright, there you go, you weirdos. Okay, so I taped this together just to get an idea of what it looks like, and I think it looks amazing. Here are technically what they call the ears, even though the pointy parts are the ears. Anyways, these go on the side of the helmet here. This printed out really well, a couple hiccups here and there, but nothing that we can't fix. And of course, on the top of the dome, I always get these super deep layer lines. I also did a stand, so I grabbed this file of the symbol and I did what I always do and I modified it to become a stand. It came out a little rough, but we can sand that out, no problem. Alright, so I went ahead and took my palm sander, sanded out the biggest spots there. I'm going to take this file and kind of clean up the eyes a little bit. They're a little tough to get right. And we're going to go on and do our wood filler. That's the brand I like to use, the Elmer's brand. And we are just going to put it on thick, especially on the very top where those layer lines are the thickest. So let's go ahead and cover this guy up. Alright, for the mouth, I actually watered this down because it is pretty smooth already. There's a lot of detail on there, and I want to keep that, so I just used a very watered down version of it. Alright, and I also did the symbol. So we are going to let these guys dry overnight, and then we are going to get to some sanding. Alright, the next day, looking pretty good. We're going to go ahead and start sanding this. Just like so, and try to get as smooth as we can. It's not going to be perfect because this is the first round of sanding, but yeah. Okay, so again, it's going to look a little rough. That's totally fine. We're going to go ahead and spray this with some filler primer. And then we can get to the second round of sanding. So here we go. All right, some filler primer right there. We're going to let this dry overnight. And then, you guessed it, more sanding. All right, this is the next day. Looking pretty good. You can still see a lot of like little divots and scratches. That's fine. We're going to try to smooth this out as well as we can. After we're done smoothing this out, we are going to hit it again, but we are going to be very tactful and only get the parts that we need. All right, there is that main part. Still looking a little rough, but that's okay. And now time for the ears. These guys actually came out pretty smooth already. Not a whole lot that I had to do, and not a ton of divots to fix. And the mouth, pretty easy. I don't really have to worry too much about it. Okay, so now we're going to strategically cover up little holes and divots with some wood filler and do our best right here. Here we go. Now for the mouth, there's not much I can do, maybe a little bit on the nose there. Alright, it is the next day. We are going to go ahead and sand this out, just like last time. There you go. Okay, now after this, we're going to hit it with our last bit of filler primer. let's go ahead and do the ears now. Okay, looking pretty good. Okay, we're gonna do my 2-in-1 filler primer from Rust-Oleum. We're just gonna hit that, give it a generous little spray all around these guys. And then we're gonna let these dry overnight. All right, here you go. Looking pretty smooth already. Next, we are gonna do some more sanding. Hopefully it'll be the last round, but we'll see. Sometimes things don't always work out, but that's the beauty of this. Okay, this is dried overnight. We are just gonna go ahead and hit it with a high grit sandpaper, and then see how smooth we can get it. Okay, not much to do on the ears part. It looks pretty smooth already, but looking pretty good. All right, so after this, we're gonna hit it again with that 2-in-1 filler primer, and then hopefully get to the last bit of sanding. I'm gonna do a very high grit on the face because it's so detailed. There's these little fine lines, and I really don't want to lose all of that detail. So we're just gonna try to smooth it just like that. And the ears, we're just gonna do a really quick pass on these guys. All right, so next time we are going to do some painting, and thanks for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and put in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button for notifications, and we will see you next time.